I've seen genuine arguments online about this, but then I really thought about it. Genuinely, most people can't tell the difference between inspiration, tongue-in-cheek parody, sampling, and actual stealing. And I don't really blame them, this sounds like a disease. Maybe we should be more understanding. No! Okay, fine. Well, what are these stolen songs then? I've already covered... But those were obviously inspired, and you can tell they weren't maliciously stolen as if no one was gonna find out. Even if there were a lot, you'd need to have a near omniscient power in order to know all of Toby's songs through his whole history, as well as songs that they potentially sound like. It is impossible.
Neural link initiated. Sending data.
Wait, near who? Well, that's depressing. I wonder if there's something that can make me feel better.
Leave it to me.
Raid Shadow Legends! The name of the game is using shards to summon new champions, form a team, and launch into battle. It's all about choosing how to best use these champions to make the most perfect, indestructible team. Look at them. Did I mention there are 800 champions? Maybe I skimmed over that part. But forget about all that, it's time to play Kiss, Marry, or Kill. You know the rules of the game, folks. We pick a champ and see if they fit this category. So kiss Madama Ceres. Are you kidding me? Marriage? Well, that's a no-brainer. Archmage Helmet, of course. Something about him feels like safety. Someone you can come home to and ensure you get a warm cooked meal. And kill! No, Rog. I mean, I'd kill him even if you didn't ask me. I will murder him, and I will serve him as the Thanksgiving ham. Delicious. So you like free stuff? Well, check it. No? Sun Wukong. He's making his grand appearance in the game, and it couldn't be easier to get him. Sign in 7 different days between now and October 23rd, and ba-boom, you got him. With all of this exciting stuff and more coming, if you haven't started, what are you waiting for? Use my link in the description or scan my QR code to get these insane bonuses, and we're talking the Champion Talia and a bunch of other useful stuff. So hit the link in the description, and I will see you on the battlefield.
No need to thank me.
Okay, I've put off talking about this for way too damn long. Before we begin, thank you to my friend Iron Invoker, or Eris. The best way I can summarize this is she's the friend who... Hey, could you point me in the right direction for Toby Fox's music? Thanks, homie. Well, for no particular reason at all, I want to play Famicom Wars for the Famicom.
Bro, you don't even own a Famicom.
My NES spent a few months in Japan. He's basically Japanese.
You made me konnichiwa all over my kawaii!
See?
No.
Let's play. Hey, look at me. I'm so good at this. Oh yeah, kill him. Aha! You mean to tell me the absolute, the complete and utter...
Don't forget.
With you in the...
A complete misunderstanding, I'll prove it right now. Toby, if I transpose this and see the same Oh! Tobert! I thought I was going insane. I asked my therapist about it and she said, maybe you should try FNAF, it has a better story. But really, what is going on here? How is a song by Toby eerily similar to a song from a game that stayed here and was composed by... Everywhere I go, he follows me. I can't seem to escape his grasp. Oh, a real, Mike Smith situation? It's a little peculiar seeing such a normal-ass song made by this guy who opened Super Metroid with this. How was the first song in the game gonna go 6-8, then 4-8, then 5-8? Shout out to my short homies, though. So, okay, let's see the notes. Here they are. Oh. Pretend you didn't hear that. Anyways, this. Using proper notation, though, we get... Why are we doing math now, Alex? Okay, I'm not trying to do a music theory lesson, but basically, the key is C. Wow. There it is, guys. That's music theory. But these letters can also be denoted as numbers. Here's Don't Forget's ending. It finishes on the 1, except in the vocal version, but we're gonna keep it simple. It is less about the fact that they are the same melody, but more so the fact that when you make songs this simple, typically you're ending on the 1. And a nice walk down to that 1 feels very satisfying. When you really break it down, the song is just... That's pretty much it. And when you end the song with... That's just kind of like the perfect ending to what your 3 main chords were. I don't know. To me, it just seems like a very happy tune, sort of a nursery rhyme kind of thing. That's the point. It's simple, it's generic, but it feels so right. All the motifs with Don't Forget are typically very happy. This is when you win. Less about Toby copying and more that this is the musical equivalent of those stickers you see on the back of minivans. Besides, if you actually just thought about it, has Toby ever done this beefy up? And if you really think about it, but what if I think really hard?
The angry video game nerd.
I'm not gonna be surprised if I see a building and be like, wait a minute, that building over there that's being built is doing the same thing. This can also come to the compositional elements, like these songs don't really share any similar notes, but there's a feeling, and that feeling was extracted, but it's made into a new song. So I hope I've cleared that up. But let's not sugarcoat it. I don't know, man. This one I feel like is the stolen one. We also have something similar in Cucumber Quest with a song called Nightmare Night. Toby did music for this webcomic, and it's prevalent because... I'm sensing a theme that Toby played a lot of Kirby and Earthbound. Also from Cucumber Quest, we have a song called Noise Master's Theme, which, give it some time, and... Yep, that's really just the Quebec version of Mettaton's theme. Something else my disgusting brain picked up on is this uses the same bass as the Mega Drive. I want to eat that. But not only that, the way it concludes this section is almost exactly how Hydra City does it. So it's cool, I don't know. I love finding these little similarities because it shows Toby's creative process and also his history. Also, he's probably one of the biggest fans of Kirby Block Ball. And I know people kind of give him flack for reusing old songs like, dude, come up with a new one. But like, literally Mozart did this. The only difference is he wasn't writing songs about monster lesbians. But I've waited long enough. How about I rip the Band-Aid off and talk about one of Toby's biggest inspirations. I've heard a ton about this game. I've never played it, but I don't know why I'm putting it off. If Toby likes it this much, maybe I could glean a lot from his creative process. So why don't we play Brandish together for the first time? Brandish. If you rearrange the letters, it spells... So it starts with a cool opening sequence that... Anyways, so the story goes that the king is a dick to a dragon. Pretty relatable. So much of a dick that the dragon curses him and his kingdom, plunging it into a never-ending dark... And we meet our hero! And he falls into a hole! Into the ruins. If we see a talking flower, I get a free yogurt. So, a little similar, but, I mean, for years people have used the Bible as inspiration. You'll see Jesus copyright claiming them. What I mostly wanted to talk about is... the shop. This is definitely the inspiration for the UI in Undertale and Deltarune's shops. And I mean, I actually love the layout of this shop. It makes the most sense, and you have the talk option and everything. But not only that, if you listen for a second, that 3-4 repeating pattern can be found in Sham's theme in Deltarune. I'm sure there's a treasure trove of other inspirations, but one thing's for sure. But you'd be remiss to think that this is the last time we'll see Varric. In fact, Chris isn't even the first time. sure you've heard that Toby made an Earthbound Halloween hack, but maybe you don't know that the main character of that game, it's literally Varric. Brandish songs are in the Halloween hack. No, literally, it's just a Brandish song. And you know, that's fine. We've all been 16 once, huh? Who hasn't made a mod throwing in garbage of things they like from their games, huh? Anyways, Toby wanted a really cool final boss theme, so he was trying to port the one from Live Alive. Live Alive? Live Alive? But it does. It's a little hard, but then he made a song inspired by Gabopentin? So, what song came from these two inspirations? Was it Snail Race? Megalovania. This song evolved several times, and each time it got closer to being fully capitalized. It started in the Earthbound Halloween hack, and surprisingly, for this coming out so long ago, it sounds very similar to the final release. Save for the fact it kind of dances around the point for a while, but it is the same construction. But then we get the final version in Undertale, and that's all anyone ever cares about, right? It just goes to show you, start something 10 years ago, and maybe eventually it'll be good. The final-ish category is songs Toby stole from himself. We've seen a few examples, but there's actually a ton more. Like, I've always loved It's Raining Somewhere Else. I've listened to the song, looked at the title, and said, maybe our problem seems so big, but we have to remember that elsewhere, someone else is having a rainy day. He made an unused Homestuck song called It's Raining, so it's believed that this is the sequel. Another Medium is called this because it was a song called Patient made for one medium, and now it's being used in another. Jesus Christ. And even today, he reused a chord progression from an Itoki Hana song for Welcome to the City. Not to mention Fallen Down. Oh, everybody knows this song. Well, actually, it was made 2 years before Undertale for an Earthbound fan project. And I don't know, for me, this breaks down the sort of barrier where we're like, oh, these creators just make magic out of nowhere. But really, when you look at it, a lot of these songs, they took years, a lot of iteration, and that is commendable. It shows us the real process these songs had to go through to be the songs we love. They weren't just created out of nowhere.
Wow. Incredibly insightful, Alex.
I also like this. Music is such a fun topic, and I've been there. I had a song I made 3 years ago that I only just released.
What was it?